Hey guys, Pastor Jeremy here with this week's lesson. We are in Acts. Paul and Silas are in prison. That's right there, behind bars. So we're going to illustrate this point with this piece of paper right here. Now, if I was in prison and I was getting beaten up, those things would kind of weigh me down and squish me. So I've got this piece of paper and all coming on here. It weighs it down. It kind of squishes it, doesn't it? Things in life are going to try to squish you out. But in this case, they weren't. Why? Because the Bible tells us that they were singing songs and praising God. How were they able to praise God through all of that? Well, simply because, a little shampoo bottle, they had God inside of them. And when you have God inside of you, the things that normally would squish you and take you out have no effect whatsoever. God gives you the strength to get through this. And when people see that, when people are like, how come it's not taking you out? You can tell them what our Bible verse is this week. And that is, always be ready to give an answer to anyone who asks you about the hope you have. That's in 1 Peter 3:15. So when people ask you, hey, how come you're not being squished out by the world? You're in prison. Bad things are happening, but you're still doing well. You can tell them because you have God in you. And you can tell them about God. You can tell them about what Jesus has done for you. And they may want it too. And that is our Bible verse. That is our lesson for this week. And you know what? This actually illustrates our other thing that happens this week. What is this Sunday, guys? It's Mother's Day. I hope you have told your mother that you love them and maybe even make a card for them because they like that. So let me illustrate that real quick. I'm going to pull, just for this illustration, we're going to pull the God out again. Your mothers have God in them. I'm just pulling that out for the illustration. Let's say all the things that your mothers do for you add a lot to their plate. It kind of weighs them down a little, right? Well, how can you help them this week? Ask to do some of the things. Maybe wash the dishes instead of having your mom do it for you, right? Maybe help her with something she's doing. It'll help lighten her load. It'll show her that you love her because she's going to ask you, how come you're doing the dishes? Just like our Bible verse, right? Always be ready to give an answer to anyone who asks you the hope you have. You can tell your mom that you are doing the dishes because you love her. Just like when people ask you, how come you're the way you are? You can say, well, because I've got God in me. That's this week's lesson. Check out the lesson video as well. And I'll see you next week. Happy Mother's Day to all of you mothers.